My name is Vaye. I'm graduating with a degree in electrical engineering from the College of Engineering with the GPA of 3.5, honors GPA Magna Cum Laude. Alright, on this day I was sitting uh, in front of my house listening to the radio station in Nimba County called Radio Nimba. And I heard this information from the USAID that there's this scholarship opportunity at the University of Liberia, to be specific, the College of Engineering, for students who have the GPA of 3.00 and above, and high school students with the average of 85 hours. And so, knowing that I really desire this undergraduate education, but I never had a hand, I took this as an advantage. I said, okay, since there would just be the means of me going to the University of Liberia, then I think I have to write the entrance. So on this day, I worked 2011 with NEC doing their registration. The money I got from NEC, I registered myself at the University of Liberia campus for the entrance. That was in February. I did the registration and I sat the entrance exam. I passed the entrance exam, and like I said, I was so happy when I passed that entrance exam because entering the university was so difficult. People tell me to be. There's these people who never write the entrance the first time and pass. And I'm one of those who wrote the entrance for the very first time and passed. And when I passed the entrance, I graduated from school with the average above 85. So that was a criteria that I already met. And the next criteria was you have to be this deserving student. The USAID scholarship was for deserving student. And I felt to myself that they are the most deserving student on planet Earth. So I wrote the entrance, I passed the entrance, and what I did was take my document to the nursing office. And the nursing, if you can remember, he met the student who walked in his office so bold, and he was like, what he came to do, and I said, I'm here for the EA scholarship. He said, you are just coming to school. I said, yeah, because I have the materials, I have the requirement, I met the requirement, I wrote the entrance, I passed, and here my grade sheet, and I'm above the average of 85. And so, okay, come back next time for your interview. And I went the next time for my interview. I was asked a series of questions, I answered them, only to receive a call 2 days later that I was successful for the EA scholarship. And that was how I came to the University of Liberia. And when I sat in that interview with the EA scholarship team, the next time they invited me to the office, there was this meeting for all the applicants that applied, that those who were accepted. They said, all you need to do to be on the EA scholarship, the EA scholarship is here for 5 years. So all you need to do is to score a GPA of 3.0 and above. And then you maintain the EA scholarship until you graduate. And knowing myself, the College of Engineering was for 5 years. I stick to the nail. I did everything that I can positively to maintain my 3.00. There were days I went studying all night to maintain 3.00, just to maintain the EA scholarship. And how I maintained that EA scholarship, I even scored more than 3.00. I remember me scoring 3.7, 3.75, 4.00, 4.00 because I never had to worry about school fees because EA scholarship existed. So that's how I entered the University of Liberia, and I lived there until I'm a graduate today, just from listening to that radio and taking that bold step. I was sat there and said, no one takes LU entrance and pass. But I took it as a challenge, and I will do all that I can to take the EA entrance and pass. Just what I did. So that's how I entered the University of Liberia. Talking about challenges, the University of Liberia, there are many challenges. One has to do with my living place. When I entered the University of Liberia, I had this problem with commuting to campus. At first, I lived as far as Nigutan, but I had this day that I really wanted to come on campus and be living around here. So I found a place on campus where I decided to live. And because I was this student that was self-supported, I got my scholarship from USAID. And when I received my scholarship, starting, I tried to pay like 3 years in advance for the place I was living. And unfortunately for me, when the demolition exercise on the university cleaned their land, I was living in one of the houses that was affected. And so that is difficult semester. I was actually challenged with leaving the campus to go back to somewhere that I really never wanted to be, and I found difficulties in commuting to campus. But being an engineer and finding solutions to problems, I fought my way through. I worked tirelessly through the Lost in Tenebris Honor Scholar program, and we found our way right back on the University of Liberia dormitory. Being a member of the Lost in Tenebris Honor Scholar program is like making a GPA of 3.5 and above, and having this mindset of serving the community. But on the holistic level, the program is open up to any student of the University of Liberia that obtain that GPA, that's honor GPA. And so during my year, I'm one of these students who really like to giving back. Volunteerism has been one of my #1 priority on campus. So I found that the Lux Internal Business Honor Scholar program was into this giving community service. So it was on this date when I was walking down the campus leading to the Science College. I met the honor scholar students, then serving, ushering students, leading students to the various places to do their registration. And I read the notice, I walked there, I read the notice, and there was this student in my department who was then in his honor program. His name is Adoy A. Aziz. So he took me to the Lux Internal Business Honor Scholar office. During that semester, I had a GPA of 3.56. So I then felt that, okay, this person ready to join the Lux Internal Business Honor Scholar program, and student Adoy A. Aziz took me to the Lux Internal Business Honor Scholar program, and I got accepted after my interview and application. I felt like very, very complete as a person, because I found what I actually needed to do in the Lux Internal Business Honor Scholar program. Like I said previously, I love to give back. And in the Lux Internal Business Scholar program, we are there to give back to the university. We do our community services. Our motto is lightening the darkness with excellent character and service. You know, so we don't look at the Lux Internal Business Scholar program. Do not look at your character. Do not look at the GPA you get, but we also look at community services. So I found myself giving back to the University of Liberia, where I help students doing freshman orientation. I even help faculty. So today I'm commonly called faculty in training in the College of Engineering because of the volunteer services. So I feel so complete and so happy being in the Lux Internal Business Honor Scholar program. One of the benefits of being in part of the Lux Internal Business Scholar program is that after graduation, the program has worked tirelessly over the past year to make sure there are connections out there for the students to go to do their internship. So for the past 3 years, all of our graduates, most of them, like you have the central bank having like over 5 students from the Lux Internal graduates from the Lux Internal Scholar program that are working at full time. They started as intern and they work as full time. And the reason they work at full time is because they have this character that was developed from in the Lux Internal Honor Scholar program. In that program, our director preached to us one thing: scholarly devotion at all time, commitment to activity, commitment to things you sign up for. So they carry these character with them in their various internship places, and within no time they were employed full time. So these are some of the benefits of the Lux Internal Scholar program, one of which I really benefited from. Recently was the travel to Korea. Because of my academic excellence and being part of the Lux Internal Scholar program, I received a recommendation from the President's office to travel to Korea and be part of the IYF educational camp. These are some of the benefits of being part of the Lost Internal Business Scholar program. My life has changed to a very high level. At first, when I passed the University of Liberia entrance, I was this high school student, and I had this dream in my family of being different. Like I read a book that said there ought to be the different, and in my family, I took that statement to be something to guide me in my life, because I'm six. I'm the last of six brothers and sisters. I'm the last born. In my family, I'm the only person now in the University of Liberia and to be graduating today with Magna Cum Laude. Right? So during that time, I was like, I want to go to school, but I never had a hand. So hearing the e-health project scholarship from as far as NIMBA motivated me to come and take the University of Liberia entrance. I took the University of Liberia entrance. I passed the entrance and I got the scholarship. From that time, all through my life, there is this guy who never thought he could have gone to the University of Liberia so fast. And I did all that I can. I passed the entrance and I lived according to the requirement of the USAID scholarship, and today I'm a proud graduate, or graduate with distinction, I mean. Yes, I have this important message, because today, if I'm a graduate, this proud graduate of the University of Liberia, looking at my story, looking at who I am, looking at where I came from, anyone who wants to be successful can use my story as an example to become who they want to be. Because I said to you earlier, I never had a thought that I would have entered the university so fast, because I was this financial restrained student. Normally in our local setting, the University of Liberia, they also leadership turns a poverty stricken student. I was one of the poverty stricken students of the University of Liberia. But identifying or knowing myself as a poverty stricken student, I needed to do one thing. And what I needed to do, I found the answer in the orientation hall when Dr. Nelson said to us, this is the University of Liberia. If you want to graduate here in 4 years, you can graduate. If you want to live here up to 10 years, you can also live here up to 10 years. You have your will to do anything. But remember, if you go against the student handbook, I will discipline you lovingly and joyfully. And I know I was a student who want to live in the university for the exact 5 years. So I set my priorities. And I set priorities to remain in the University of Liberia. And the message I get out there for people is that the University of Liberia is open to every one of us. There are many of us that are in the University of Liberia that are facing this financial problem. Like we come from this kind of financial challenge background. But if you are like me, do what I did. I focus on my lesson to score my 3.00 and above, so that scholarship keep coming to me. At certain point in time, scholarship looks for callings. And it was all because I set priorities, I studied my lesson, and I scored my 3.00. And that message was said right in the orientation. Dr. Nelson said, if you come here, you score your 3.5, you get on the Dean scholarship, we pay your fees, we pay your registration fees and your tuition, and you will pay some other fees. If you get the 3.75 and above, you're on the President Scholarship, we pay everything for you, and then they give you $100. So knowing that you are this student, set your priorities and do everything that you can. Like for me, I did it. I got my first GPA was 3.00, making me to obtain the e-health scholarship, where I stay on today until I am a graduate. So every semester, all I need to do is to just maintain that 3.00 and above GPA.